Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with random reviews from the Overflow room. And we're still working on Mahler. We have so much Mahler. And it's interesting to go through these because there's a lot more Mahler than you think there is. I mean, there was just so much of it. And it happened so quickly. Not just new recordings, but reissues of old recordings and radio broadcasts and historical things. And it all just came flooding out, basically, in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. And, well, here we go. Oh my goodness. Das Lied von der Erde with Alfreda Hodgson and John Mitchison with the BBC Northern Symphony under Jascha Horenstein, with 3 minutes of Jascha Horenstein talking about Das Lied von der Erde. It's a very good Das Lied von der Erde. Is it great? No. Is it, the orchestra terrific? No. The singing, it's very good. And Horenstein's totally on board with it. He really is. It's good. What can I say? It's good. It's just, not the best. It's a historical thing for people who are like Horenstein fanatics. But on the whole, it doesn't have so many of the defects that his other Mahler and other performances have. So good for them. Then we've got, the Bournemouth Symphony doing Mahler 10 with Simon Rattle. Remember this? It's the Cook version with additions with Colin and David Matthews and some other goodies going on. It's not the best played performance. The orchestra is a little bit sloppy in terms of ensemble here and there, but it's a good Mahler 10th. I mean, Rattle believed in this version. And he, remember, made another recording, an excellent recording with the Berlin Phil, which is in some ways, certainly in terms of playing, more polished than this. I'm not sure it's emotionally or expressively more powerful because this really is very well done. So I hung on to it. I, give Rattle some props where he deserves them. He should deserve them more, I wish. And here's the great Mahler 10 with the Radio Symphony Orchestra of Berlin under Shai. Oh, this is gorgeous. The opening adagio particularly. The climax of that adagio, that big, rich, organ-like sonority. Oh, my God, it's amazing. And you also get a really good Schoenberg Verklärte attached to it. That's not inconsiderable bonus. So, this is in the Shai Mahler box that we talked about a couple of videos ago. It's without the Schoenberg, of course. But as a twofer, it's quite a deal. It's not so much anymore, but it was in its day. And what's this? Oh, look at this. The famous Oscar Fried Mahler 2 with Gertrude Bindernagel, Emmy Leisner, the Berlin Cathedral Chorus, the Berlin State Opera Orchestra. And you also get the Heinrich Rehkemper Kindertotenlieder with Jascha Horenstein and the Berlin State Opera Orchestra. That was the first recording of both of these works, if I'm not mistaken. Historical recordings, 1915 and 1931. Well, you also get some other songs, by the way, with other singers, some of whom worked with Mahler, acoustic recordings and whatnot. Well, the sound is dreadful. This is on Nexus Historical. The Mahler 2, I have to say, Fried knew Mahler. He worked with him on the Second Symphony. People say, well, therefore it's authentic. I hate it when people say that. Having that kind of pedigree as an interpreter is almost entirely meaningless because, first of all, what we revere about romantic music is that romantic interpreters did whatever they damn well pleased. So you have no idea to the extent to which Fried was following Mahler's own performances or how close to Mahler is. You have to take these things on their own terms. So what do we have on our own terms? A virtually unlistenable approximation of the piece with a good 50% of the orchestral color simply missing. It's a total, complete non-happening. And I know people will say, well, it's historically interesting. Yes, as far as non-happenings go, it is historically interesting. It's a historically interesting non-entity. And if that's what you want, there you go. I saved it because it's historical. But that's the only reason. Musically, it's completely unsatisfying. Mahler, Slatkin, number 10, the Remo Mazzelli. It was Mazzetti, wasn't it? Remo? Yeah, Mazzetti. Looks like Mazzelli. Wow, I think they did put Mazzelli here. The type is tiny and it's hard to tell. Those may be T's, but it doesn't matter. It's a terrible version of the 10th. It's very nicely played. Slatkin does a good job with it. I saw him conduct it live at Carnegie Hall. And, all the Mahler people were there. It was one of those cult events. It sucks. I mean, it's just a terrible orchestration, quite frankly. And the performance is very good. And Slatkin, of course, is very reliable in that stuff. Mahler, oh, this is great. Rückert Lieder, Songs of a Wayfarer, Kindertoten Lieder, with Marilyn Horne and Zubin Mehta and Henry Lewis conducting. Stunning, fabulous performances. I love these. These are some of my favorite Mahler recordings, especially the Rückert Lieder, which are absolutely glorious. Fantastic. Marilyn Horne was such a great singer, and she had such... we don't think of her as a Mahler singer because she was so good at the bel canto stuff at Handel and Rossini, but she was fabulous. Remember, she did the Irrlicht in Mahler too. Her favorite song, she says, is Ich bin der Welt abhängig gekommen, that she wants to be played at her funeral, which hopefully will never come, because she's great. She's fabulous, fabulous artist and person and singer. Mahler 4 from the Chailly cycle with Barbara Bonney, coupled to the Berg 7 early songs. Fabulous disc. First-class recording of the fourth. Bonney is terrific in the finale and in the Berg songs. It's a great recording. It's just wonderful. Mahler, another Mahler 4, another wonderful Mahler 4. This is one of the highlights of the Michael Tilson Thomas Mahler cycle. It's first class. Laura Claycomb is the soprano. She's very good. And it's just a beautifully played, sensitive performance with some very interesting interpretive touches in the adagio. It's a lot going here. It really is. It's a very, very fine performance. What's this one? Pierre Boulez in the Cleveland doing Mahler 4. Well, Juliana Banza, soprano. She's quite good. It's good. It's what you'd expect from Boulez in Cleveland. It's very, very clear. It's much better than Dochnani's Mahler 4, which has the cymbal player getting lost in it and all that stuff. And the Cell Mahler 4, which I find to be rather clinical. I mean, hard to believe that Boulez is less clinical than Cell, but he is. And I like that performance. It's good. Then we have, of course, the Mengelberg Mahler 4. Oh, my God, with Joe Vincent. We just talked about this in that box of Concertgebouw chief conductor or Mahler things. I think this performance is just revolting. It's all over the place. I mean, some people like it because they say, well, Mengelberg knew Mahler. Well, who cares? So the performance can still suck. We don't know if this is anything like what Mengelberg would have done when Mahler was still alive. Well, he went over the score with Mahler. Yes, but we don't know when he made his markings and everything and did all of that stuff. Mengelberg was a very, very different conductor when this was recorded, which was 1939. Than he was in 1907, or 3 decades earlier when he was with Mahler. We have recordings from the early part of his career and the later part of his career that show that as he got older, he became more mannered, more eccentric, more strange. And there isn't any reason to assume that this has a shred of Mahlerian authenticity to it, especially when we see the way he flatly contradicts so much of what Mahler asks to do, or exaggerates, or futzes, or no, it's ridiculous. But there you have it, my friends. Keep on listening. We've got lots more Mahler to come. Take care.